Okay, welcome to our session. This session is going to be developed about the topic multi-level English materials. This is a topic from teacher development class, and we are going to have here our Miss Diana that will give us feedback and interesting ideas about pedagogical strategies in regarding our topic. Today we are going to have in this session to Luna Nicole Gomez Carvajal, Angie Lorena Hernandez Tique, Elin Catherine Tocanchon Avila, and Stephanie Conde. Welcome. Okay, we are going to discuss about the contents and problem. In this case, we have students that are part of the rural area school. More or less, they are 28 students from kindergarten through 5th grade. This is called an unitary school where the pedagogical model applied is recognized in Colombia as Escuela Nueva. We recognize some principal issues. One of them is a combination of events that includes the lack of resources for teachers to apply their classes, the time management, because sometimes the titular teacher must cover other subjects, and English is not considered as important as other subjects, and such, for example, language or maths. Second, teachers are not trained to teach a foreign language, and they don't have the pedagogical and didactic resources to accomplish these tasks. On the other hand, students are not interested in the English class because they perceive it as an unnecessary lesson, and they do not understand the vocabulary or the grammar presented. This is our overview of the context.
Okay, so the workshop objective is that allow two students work together. The idea is that the teacher offer them different ways to solve the activity. Not only give them the worksheet and that they work individually. So the idea is that they share knowledge and improve their communicative abilities. So for this reason, we wanna thought about the idea to plan this workshop where the students in high grades, for example, fourth and fifth grade, will help to students in, for example, preschool or first grade. So the idea is too that increase their proficiency according with an interactive activity where they need to put in practice the knowledge learned before. So this is the objective for this workshop.
Hi everyone. Now we are going to start with an icebreaker activity called content and game family. First, the students will count from 1 to 10 together. Then we will replace one number with a family member word, for example, mother. So instead of saying the number, students will say the word, and we will repeat the activity using different family members, such as father, sister, or brother. And this activity helps the students feel more relaxed and makes learning more fun and interactive.
Hi everyone. The group tasks or the collaborative class, it lasts 1 hour, and the idea is that students will create a ending poster in which they draw and color one family member. It can be parents, siblings, or grandparents, with the corresponding name on a single family tree. So as a group, students will organize all the drawings into one complete family tree, making sure the relationships are placed correctly. And at the end of the activity, if time allows, each group can brightly present their poster. So the expecting up, yeah, is that students should lead with a recognition of the vocabulary related to the family members, a minimum of 3.
Okay, Miss Diana Gomez, this is our workshop. The idea is that allow to students improve their communicative abilities, since that sometimes in rural schools, teachers focus only in the grammar and in a basic level, because some teachers in these areas, don't have enough knowledge to give more information or teach in a properly way. So, according with your experience, Miss Diana, what recommendations or suggestions you can give us?
Great. Good morning. Good evening, everyone. Um, well, thank you for this invitation. Of course, that is so difficult and so hard to make this kind of activities. Um, well, let me tell you something. First of all, as you mentioned, you are going to work in groups to improve the communication abilities, right? The thing here is when you are going to talk about family member, remember that each like family is different in everyone, right? So you're not going to have, for example, the same family members. And here you have to focus on if you want to talk about relatives or if you want to focus in the nuclear family that is totally different. There is that you are going to require like at minimum that they're going to learn like 3 family members or 3 relatives, right? Okay. First, try to focus on that. And if you have different levels, of course, it's kind of difficult. And something that is not clear to me is like, first of all, you're going to start with numbers from 1 to 10, that is counting, and then the relative. But then in the activity, you mentioned something about color and talk about the family members. So how they are going to interact, that's the thing. You want to focus on the communication, how they are going to interact each other, just when they are going to make the poster or they are going to talk about the relatives or how, because it's something that is not clear to me. Um, I don't know if you can answer those type of questions.
Okay, Miss. The communication abilities in this step is when they finished the activity. When they finish the activity, they need to expose for the others groups. For example, the idea with this workshop is that make little groups of 4 members, and each student will have one member of the family. For example, preschool will have mom. First, will have dad. And second, will have, for example, daughter. So the idea is, according with the grade, the vocabulary will be more difficult. So they need to make an family tree. It isn't about their personal families with science. They need to use whatever family that they want. They want.
Eileen, I consider that maybe it's important to present maybe the collaborative workshop annex with the idea that maybe the teacher can understand um, better what we want to do in this session with the idea that she can give us other strategies or maybe some settings with the idea to accomplish with this workshop. I don't know if maybe I can share my screen with the idea that she can review the step by step. Do you want it? ¿Les gustaría? Yes?
Okay, I know what you have, right? I know because you
Yes.
have, of course, the icebreaker. It's so cool. It's great.
Uh-huh.
Um, the thing here is like if you want to focus in communication abilities, because it's something that you mentioned, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have to talk more. They have to talk. They want to speak, right? It's not just the fact that they create something, that they show pictures, they show something. It's like it doesn't matter what they're going to learn something, okay? And if you are looking for that interaction, how you are going to do that? Okay, let me think something. You have to first of all focus on how many members or how many relatives they are going to talk, right? Focus on that. Second, if you want the interaction that you are mentioning, something that you can do is, I know it's like one of them take the role of mother, father, daughter, school, because it's something that they're going to do something with that, right? It maybe add some features or characteristics that you're going to identify who's the mother, who's the father, who's the daughter, right? I mean, that would be a good strategy too.
Hey, teacher, thank you. And I agree with you. Maybe we must or we should adjust the session, maybe changing the direction. Because of course, as you told us, we want to improve our communication skills more than giving just the content. The content is just a part of the lesson planning or the development of the workshop. But if we want to do a good workshop in with the idea to increase communicative skills, we must adjust it regarding to your suggestions. But I mean, maybe because this is the format, maybe the format didn't allow us to implement a lot of activities in one session. But maybe can you illustrate us another type of icebreaker or maybe another type of group task or discussion where students can interact more?
Well, something that comes to my mind is like you can, first of all, it's like show your families, or that you can say, you can draw by yourself on the board if you have the possibility. Of course, it depends on the place, right? You can draw on the board, or you can bring your own pictures of your own family. I mean, that's good because it's something that they're going to be like close to you, right? And they're going to, they're not going to feel like shy when they're going to show their own family members. So you can bring a picture and then you can point out father, mother, etc. Yes, so the family members. You can do that. Then you are going to ask them, yes, to hey, show my mother, yes, or point out my mother. Um, I know, something like that. Then you can ask them to draw a picture of their own family member, yes, and you are going to help them to name, right? With that, they're going to record. So you're going to say, who is your father? And they're going to write father, what's the name of your father? And these kind of things are going to help you. And then you can work with that. Go beyond. You can tell them to interact, right? Maybe you can make something simple, like ask a couple of questions to, in order to have that kind of a student to student interaction. Yeah.
Thank you,
Thanks,
teacher.
teacher. We're gonna take in mind your suggest, and it's important to us that you share your knowledge and your experience with us. Really, we thought that this activity was thinking with a good propose, but we identify some troubles that we could have in this moment. So this is important that change the activities to the purpose to bring to students an effective and significant um, learning. So thank you so much, Miss Diana.
Thanks to you. Of course, it's something that you have to learn. Yeah. And that's good that you start with something. Remember that everything that you have on the paper is not the same that you are going to interact with the real audience, right? So keep going, and thanks for this participation.
Yes, teacher, totally agree with you. We must consider the population and the context at the time to develop the workshop too. And I just want to say thank you so much, because this is other view about what we want to do and what is our real purpose in these sessions. Thank you so much.
Okay, with that, we're gonna conclude this meeting. So thank you so much, Miss Diana Gomez, for your experience, for your suggestions, and thank you so much for give us a significant feedback about the workshop.